Colorado this week. KRDO Storm Tracker 13 Chief Meteorologist Mary Matthews here with a check on that smoke and how it's impacting our air quality. Mary?
Yeah, unfortunately, it continues to get worse just by the hour, and we did kind of expect that today, the smoke to get much more dense into the evening time frame. You can't really hardly see the Sangres here, but what looks like could be the Spanish Peaks there, just around the San Luis Valley, or just east of there, rather. A satellite actually shows you where that front is sagging in across northern Colorado. This is increasing our wind speed and that direction out of the north, pushing some of that smoke in. And of course, this is not mainly from fires in Colorado. Of course, that's a contributing factor, but it's more so from those horrific fires across the West Coast, as Bart was just talking about. This is actually where we have some of the worst air quality in the world, and that's saying a lot. The front is providing that added forcing mechanism, allowing that smoke to really start to funnel in across the state. It's cooling our temperatures, of course, but the main driving mechanism is this area of high pressure across the southwest. That counterclockwise flow actually picks up. That's the upper level. It's more of an upper level component, so that means well above the surface, where you have those consistent winds out of the south and then wrapping around that area of high pressure and then pushing that down towards parts of I-25 and southern Colorado. So notice the yellow coming in here. That is actually going to make things worse before it gets better. So let's kind of repeat that through the evening hours. Here we are at 9 o'clock. We actually start to get more of the dense smoke pushing in, which I think we're already seeing ground proof that is happening with some of our camera shots we've shown you so far. But that's going to hang around through the overnight hours tonight. So probably not one of those nights you want to sleep with your windows open, Bart, because, you don't want to wake up with a cough or a scratchy throat in the morning, sound like, Stevie Nicks, but I don't know, maybe you do. But either way, it's a little bit unhealthy. Our air quality alerts will stay in effect through about 9 o'clock on Thursday. Then we'll start to see a shift of winds out of the south tomorrow afternoon, and that's going to push some of this smoke towards Denver and parts of northern Colorado. Sorry, Denver, but it will improve our air quality. It's just not going to completely mitigate the problem by any means. Air quality alerts will stay in effect, as we said before, until 9 o'clock on Thursday across parts of the eastern plains and areas into Pueblo County. Of course, you'll notice temperatures steady in the 80s across Highway 50, 82 degrees there in Colorado Springs, 76 there in Alamosa, so a bit warmer for us across the area tomorrow. Areas into the local mountain cities will also be just a few degrees warmer, maybe about 4 to 5 degrees warmer. We've been in the 60s across Taylor County so far today, and topping out right in the low 80s for parts of Highway 24 and downtown Colorado Springs. Temperatures are close to 90 degrees on Friday, so there is a bit of a gradual warming trend into the weekend. It's just going to be very brief. We've got an incoming front heading into early next week that will increase our rain chances and start to decrease our temperatures just a bit, which really means the 60s for local mountain cities early next week and the 80s for parts of Pueblo and areas into the lower terrain locations around El Paso County and Fremont County will be dropping into the 70s and 80s as well. So all things considered, dry, hazy skies for the next several days, mostly dry for the weekend, bit of a cool down early next week. Rob?
All right, coming up, the latest on high school football and other fall sports.